Who are you going to find?
Me.
I mean, this woman makes money. She's got more apartments than Donald Trump. She enjoys bathing. Smells like that friggin' potpourri in her panties. I'm selling you, Robin. I know it's a little embarrassing. But I got to sell you in the proper light.
Oh, boy.
Attract the right kind of man. Upscale. See what's going on here. Andy will fly them in for the date.
Hello?
Andy's always flying people in.
You're on the air.
Hey, it's Nick.
Nick?
Yeah.
You want to date Robin?
Yeah.
This is the first. I mean, how long have we been on the air in New York? 8 years? 9 years?
Something like that.
I've never heard you agree to a dial-a-date, ever. You said, absolutely not. I'm not dating anyone in the audience.
Well, Nick, do you listen to this show?
Yeah, all the time.
You're disqualified. No.
You would like Robin?
Sure.
What do you do, Nick?
I'm a box maker.
oh, that's bad. Hey, the guy makes boxes, Robin. You'll have a lot to talk about.
I'm sure he makes fine boxes.
Well, what are you saying? By laughing, are you saying that a guy has to be a doctor?
Well, Howard, what are we going to talk about? You know I'm one of those people who needs someone who's intellectually stimulating.
Like Neil. Look.
Neil is my charity case. I've already got one.
All right. You're on the air. See, girl here's box maker, right? But meanwhile, the guy could be a multi-millionaire box maker. Right away, that's not glamorous enough. That's the problem with women.
No, now you're jumping to conclusions. It has nothing to do with...
The guy said his name is Nick and he's a box maker, and you started laughing. You're on the air.
Howard, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, man.
All right.
My name's Jerry, living in New Jersey.
Now, Jerry, Robin's a very special girl. I mean, to get a date with her, I mean, the media attention will be... Well, first of all, can you handle that?
Well, currently I am unemployed, but I am putting together a recording studio. And
all right, I know what you're looking for. All right, hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, I was calling for dial-a-date.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a TV writer.
Really? Now, that's something that's... You're from New York, though?
Yeah.
Are you lying?
No.
How much you make a year?
$300,000.
You make $300,000 a year in your TV writing?
Yeah.
What show do you write for?
I'd rather not say. But it's on NBC.
What do you think of that, Robin?
What do I think of it?
Yeah.
If it was true, it would be nice.
Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. I'm a TV writer, make $300,000 a year.
And do you work at home?
Yeah, I've got a computer.
And it's a hit show?
Yeah.
Are you a good-looking guy? Who do you look like? Who do you look like?
I kind of look like Bob Geldof.
That's a look I like.
Bob Geldof. Robin likes that. Well, that sounds pretty good.
Bye-bye, pilot.
Yeah. Suddenly the pilot just... So you want to date this guy, Robin?
Now, wait a minute. We're playing dial-a-date. So if he wants to play, he can play.
You would let him
play.
play.
How old are you?
Hey, how old are you?
34.
Mm-hmm. Do me a favor. Tell Robin who you are.
This is Fred Norris.
You know, you guys are really rotten. Really rotten. I knew there was something wrong.
That was Freddie.
Anybody who blurts out $300,000 a year.
See, you want to date with Freddie. You were in love. Admit it, you fell in love with Fred.
She was here in Bell's.
You fell in love with Fred.
I'm not playing with you guys.
She was here in Bell's house.
And find me a date.
Here in Bell's.
You were here in Wedding Bells, Fred. You were engaged.
You're really rotten. All of you are really rotten.
Man.
These are supposed to be my friends.
I know exactly what you're looking for.
I debated with that so long.
Fred just gave you guys this is who we're looking for. The rest of you might have hung up.
Hey, come on.
She was even a little hesitant.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think it was true.
She's like, well, 300.
Oh, listen. Oh, you guys.
Fred, you were engaged.
I'm telling you.
No way.
I was wheeling the babies in the car.
No, you said, why don't you go out with this? I said, we have to play the game, didn't I?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
make us a lie.
He was going to win.
No way.
If Fred had played, he would have won.
Well, Fred would win.
That's
but
right.
That's beside the point.
Fred, Robin would definitely do you a couple of times.
Howard Stern is one of those radio guys who makes a lasting impression on whoever's listening. His show today was pretty mild. Usually it's filled with bits like those on his late-night TV show that some call trash, others call comedic genius.
I have changed.
Oh, my God.
Wake up, white people. Save our land.
Since July, Howard and his crew have broadcast their New York radio show to Los Angeles, just as they do to Washington and Philadelphia. In New York this morning, he held a news conference to celebrate his #1 rating success there. Unlike other morning shows, Stern plays no music, For 6 hours in the morning on KLSX, all you'll hear is Howard and the crew talking about whatever they feel like. It's been enough to increase ratings by 67%. The show on KLSX has jumped from number 22 to 14. Howard Stern's radio show has had a big impact on men who listen. He's gone from being number 19 in that demographic to number 2. The only morning show that beats him right now is the team of Mark and Brian. Now, if you ask the average person on the street who's listened to Howard Stern what they think of him, well, you'll get answers that range from vicious to passionate.
We listen to it at work, and it gets us through the day. It's great.
It's a reason to tune in back into radio. It makes radio exciting again. It's pretty negative, but he's really matter of fact. It's really fun listening to him.
What do you think of Howard?
I think he's an obnoxious fool.
Stern's manager told us that Howard is not doing any interviews with anyone about the Los Angeles show until he's number 1 in this market. KLSX is banking on that to happen within 2 years.
For the good people of Los Angeles who are listening, nothing wrong with saying that you listen. I know it's embarrassing.
Be brave.
I know it's embarrassing at first, but...
In Los Angeles, Barbara Schroeder, Fox 11 News.
Howard rang in the new year of 1992 on a new ratings high. After hitting number 1 in D.C. and seeing rapid growth in L.A., Stern hit the ratings trifecta with his largest margin of victory in his hometown, New York.
That's the best feeling in the world. Very few people will ever know what it is to be number 1 in a market. It's really phenomenal. And I'm not talking about some mid-level market, you're talking about New York. It's the number 1 market in the world. And to be number 1 in that is the best feeling in radio. It's rarefied air to be number 1. And it's really mind-blowing because what it really means is that I think at one time it said 1 out of every 4 cars in drive time were tuned into me. When you look at the Long Island Expressway, the Grand Central Parkway, Sawmill Parkway, you start to think about all it's dizzying. Like, that means everyone is tuned into me. That means I'm sort of in tune with everyone else. That's probably the same feeling when the Beatles wrote a song and everybody was singing it and everybody had to go out and buy the album. For a radio guy to know that almost every radio in a car is tuned to me, it's orgasmic. It's beyond good. I never stopped to appreciate it or revel in it or enjoy it because it could easily go away. So it becomes even more neurotic. As good as a high as it is, it's also equally depressing because the only place you can go is down. So I made damn well sure I wasn't going down. And quite frankly, I did it. I think that we had, I'm going to say 25 or 30 number 1s in a row or so. I mean, it never stopped. I think there was one time where they changed the methodology of Arbitron and we were number 2, and then it was slowly adjusted back, and we were number 1, But we were number 1 consistently, over and over, every rating period, because I was neurotic about staying up there. It was very important to me to put on the best radio show I could. And you know something? There's a part of it that you have no control over. Let's say I think something I'm doing is great, but the audience didn't. Somehow, whatever I thought I was doing was working with the audience as well, and you don't know. It's like writing a hit song. You write this song that's in your head, and you say, gee, I hope everybody responds to it. But you don't know that anyone's going to respond to it. But it said to me, wow, I'm sort of in sync with my audience. They're staying right along with me. They're not only tuning in to check me out, but if you look at the ratings, they're staying tuned to hear what I have to say and what I'm about to do next. So whatever I was doing was striking a chord with a lot of people.
Howard was about to strike a chord with one of the world's biggest rock bands at his annual birthday show. Following years of feuding, trash talk, and broken promises, Howard finally buried the hatchet with Bon Jovi.
There was a big rift between Howard and Bon Jovi, and Howard was slamming him every day. And I remember, it was really weird, I remember talking to one of the guys that worked at his management company who I was really friendly with. And we were actually at a David Bowie show at Giant Stadium where we had done our show from also. And I remember him pulling me to the side and he said, God, man, what do we have to do to make this whole thing stop? And I said, why does John give a shit? They got the number 1 record in the country like fucking 14 weeks in a row. They're enormous. Why would he even care? And I remember turning around to me and he said, because Howard slams him every day in his own backyard. Every day his father hears about it, and his mother hears about it, and his cousins hear about it. And I go, well, I never thought of that. I never thought that we were that effective, you know, but I guess we were.
That feud with Bon Jovi went on a very long time. And I